Good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. We're now starting week 3. Our focus is on gamification. As you see on your screen, we have our student learning outcomes that will guide the competencies that I'm hoping to build in you this week, in addition to our supporting readings, our alignment to the ISTE standards for coaches, and course reminders. Our focus being on gamification is a really fun twist because as instructional designers, we think of everything being more text, video, and web-based. But now we're seeing a new learning style emerging where individuals are looking at gaming as a method to inspire learning. So through your week 3 assignments, you have 3 focus tabs or focus tasks, to complete. Your first one is your Tuesday weekly devotional engagement, and this sets our week off in a positive, prayerful manner. So that is something that I always like to have just to kind of reassure you and give you some words of encouragement as you plan your work week for the next 7 days. Next, I have a reference video for you that discusses gamification, and this is an opportunity for you to understand the purpose behind this particular learning strategy. The second video is from Reality Check, and it explains why do we like gamification, and we really don't realize that in many other opportunities in life, particularly in the area of business and commerce, that we've been applying gamification, particularly with rewards cards or badges and saying, thank you for being a loyal customer. Well, the gamification models that you're going to see, even in our model below, looks at this idea of being a loyal learner. So I have for you the SAMR model for gamification that starts off looking at what it means to substitute gaming principles all the way up to this idea of redefinition and it being more transformative than iterative. Your major task for you is to gamify your workforce. And no, I'm not asking you to get into really fancy technology, but I want you to think about what it would look like if you had to develop a 5-level gamification model to address the engagement amongst new hires in your workforce or industry. Let me be clear that all the assignments that you're doing for this particular course are related to your personal needs your professional needs with regards to how you can be a stronger instructional designer and provide impact to the audience that you predominantly work with. So I have a gamification template here that will walk you through, and let me actually download that so that you can see what that model looks like. And it will basically walk you through a layout that will help you to understand what are the design components that you would want to think about if you were actually implementing or going to produce a gamification model to an actual designer. So in this gamification template, which is again a Word document, I'm looking for an introduction just to explain your points, how to earn them, and have it fun. This is a game, so I want to make sure it feels like a game from a user perspective. So how are you going to encourage friendly competition to get your audience to learn more about themselves and the content that you're trying to reinforce? So I have a little rules chart or how to create your rules example. If they're earning, let's say our focus are birds, then to move from level 1, you need no eagle feathers. But however, to move from level 1 to level 2, you need to earn at least 10 eagle feathers. And so kind of like the Boy Scouts where they get Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts where they get badges to show their competencies, how are you going to show the level of competencies a student or a user would need to move from one level to the next? Think about how the points are going to be awarded. So again, what missions, activities, or experiences would your user need to go through to matriculate from one level to the next? Explain how to move through one level. Is it a quiz? Are there activities? Do they have to sit through a number of seminars? What would demonstrate competencies? And here's a hint. This is no different from a traditional learning module where you have points, lessons, and experiences in a course. We're just taking it out of that traditional construct and putting it in a framework of an actual game. And number 4, explain how your audience will know that they are meeting a competency or a learning goal. Will they receive a pop-up notification? Would they receive a badge or a pin? Maybe it's a door prize. What will ultimately happen is that you will take that information and you will build a gamification summary chart. You're going to tell me, what level am I on? The level name, and have fun and be creative with this. What are the expectations or the objectives for that specific level? What are the tasks or activities that you want them to complete? And what is the validation of competencies? So for example, maybe for level 1, for a new hire, I want them to familiarize themselves with the company policy or handbook. So level 1 is join the team as my level name. My expectation could be, my goal is to familiarize new hires with company policy. The task and activity is that they would need to read HR handbook, and maybe I want them to identify members of immediate team or their division, so that they have to get out and actually identify these people. Validation of competency, we're going to say a team member badge. Here we go. And I said my level name was join the team. I may say that join the team member badge may be worth 30 points, is equivalent to 30 points. And that way, the HR activity, the HR handbook, maybe 15 points, identifying the member of their team, maybe 15 points, and that's how they get that particular competency. Then what we're going to do is give a clearer description. We're going to use this opportunity to kind of flesh out the details of your level. So level 1, you would explain the purpose of level 1, how many points you would need to complete the level, give the number of tasks and activities. You want to make sure you need to be clear if they need to complete all the missions. All 5 levels are essential items to anyone who's starting to familiarize themselves with your topic. So your audience shouldn't have to complete the task or assignments more than once. And the goal is to make sure that they're not having to go back and forth through remediation, but that they actually have an opportunity at that level to go through the experience correctly the first time. That's kind of what helps the game. But it also serves as a benchmark that by the time I get to level 5, and let's go back to this summary chart. If I'm at level 5 and the overall goal is to make sure that at the end of the game that these individuals are ready to serve as a manager, then it may be easier for you, depending on if you agree with the Stephen Covey, begin with the end in mind, to outline and determine what is my level 5, what is my endpoint competency or measurement of completion for my game, and then work backwards and determine what those preliminary skills and knowledge points would be. That is the exercise for your gamification. And I also have a third flip grid for you, which is the engaged discussion. Again, you have a new topic with regards to looking at issues that revolve around facilitators' abilities to adequately and appropriately evaluate the user's progress and competencies. Right here, you are able to type in your password, which is for our portal, Trevecca. Click Let's Go. Oh, I think I need to take out all those caps. There we go. And from here, I'm able to scroll down, review my prompt again, find my lovely green button, and add my post. So if you were having trouble understanding how Flipgrid was working before, hopefully these visual steps will help you to understand how to navigate the Flipgrid portal so that you don't have to go outside and use a different alternative platform. And that concludes our video for week 3. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please don't hesitate to let me know. That's what I'm here for, and I look forward to being of service to you. Have a great day.